Welcome to the Interviewing Skills Workshop brought to you by the Center for Career Exploration and Success at Miami University, Ohio. An interview is more than just having a conversation with someone. Your interviewer understands the skills and competencies their company is looking for, and they know what questions to ask you to determine if you have these traits. You should actively participate in the interview questions. Just showing up is not enough. You'd never show up to a recital or game without having practiced or warmed up. This is the same thing. In fact, it's so important that the Career Center requires students to complete a basic interviewing workshop in order to help you ace your interview. An interview should have 4 main objectives. 1. To further explain your resume. 2. To share things not on your resume, such as your working style, personality, or communication skills. 3. You should gain additional information about the employer and the position. And 4, both parties, you and the employer, should discuss the possibility of employment. 2 solid strategies to use to prepare for an interview is to know what the employer is looking for and to know yourself. On this slide are the top 10 skills employers are looking for. They are written communication skills, problem solving, ability to work on a team, initiative, analytical or quantitative reasoning, strong work ethic, verbal communication skills, leadership, detail-oriented, and technical skills. What are your competency levels and experience in regard to these skills? You should be prepared to answer questions about all of these traits. You need to be able to say more than, "I have good communication skills." Explain what good communication skills means to you and give specific examples of how you can prove you have those skills. It is a very common mistake to speak in generalities when interviewing rather than showing this is something true about you. For example, I work to be detail-oriented by taking notes in meetings and asking for clarification. I also read my email communications multiple times before sending them out, and often will walk away from important ones to look at them again with fresh eyes. You should always be familiar with the company you are interviewing with. While you don't need to worry about small details and facts, you do need to make sure you know the company's mission, vision, values, and overall culture. What can you find out about their product or services and clients? What has happened to the company recently on a broader scale? Has there been downsizing, merging? You should also know about the area of the country the company is in and how that influences your salary expectations. There are many different types of interviews. When things are back to normal, you will likely experience any or all of these methods. For now, I would largely anticipate phone and video chat interviews. You still need to prepare for these just as you would for a face-to-face interview, if not even more. The most common questions you will get will be in reference to your behavior, because studies show your actions in the past are the best indicator of how you will perform in the future. You know which questions I'm talking about here. They tend to start with, "Tell me about a time when," or something similar. There is a right way to answer these questions. You need to be able to truthfully explain the context of the situation, the actions you took, and the result. Leaving out any of these 3 details will leave you with a half-answered question. A common mistake I have seen from students is leaving off the result piece. They tell this great story to explain everything that was going on in the situation, and then don't close it up with a satisfying ending. Here's another tip. If you don't have a satisfying ending, you may want to think of another example. The best way to do well in an interview is to practice. The amount of time you spend practicing for an interview should exceed the amount of time you spend in an interview. This slide gives you a few resources to help you practice. The important piece of information here is to practice saying your answers out loud. Merely writing them down or saying them in your head is not the same as practicing answering a question at random. We are still here to help you prepare. Just contact our office by phone at 513-529-3831 between 8 and 5 on weekdays.